Starts with the audio. Never starts with the audio. I don't know how to do that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my blessed beloveds out there. It's hairy, fuzzy hair time. I am getting ready to chat it up with fun, feisty, and fabulous Karyn with a Y. Don't dare ever refer to her as Karyn with an E-N. It's Y. And she's going to share with us what she's doing differently in her podcast and what she's going to be doing differently with her daily videos. And she's a lot of fun. She's a sister from a different mister. And I just cannot wait for her to come on live and tell us what we're going to be doing today, because I can guarantee it's going to be some laughs, all day long laughs. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, Rusty.
Hey, beautiful. What are you up to today?
Trying to, you know what's funny? I've been on a diet and I've lost, I was saying 25 pounds, but I should have hit 25 pounds this morning. You know how much I lost?
22 and a half.
I'm at 24.9.
Shut the front door.
I'm like, are you?
You gotta shave your legs or something, girl. That's all.
I'm like, serious? I'm almost butt-ass naked when I weigh in. I'm like, are you serious?
It's so good to see your face. Did you try out that recipe that I sent you?
Not yet. Not yet.
It is a partay.
I'm gonna try it out because I'm on Weight Watchers and I joined the Weight Watchers cooking club. Yeah. So tonight I'm cooking potato crusted corn casserole.
That sounds like a lot of carbs.
Hey, with Weight Watchers, it's cool.
Hey, you're at 20. You're almost at 25, so I guess I can't complain, right?
I mean, I've had mod pizza every week.
Oh. I lost 30 pounds, but when I fell sick during the pandemic, I've just been home cooking as though I'm celebrating life every single day. It's been like vacation cooking. So I'm pretty sure my buttons are social distancing at this point.
Well, that's good. Social distancing is good. So let's just focus on social distancing. I asked my dog to come up here so he could be on, but he said no.
Is he being lazy again?
Jake! Yeah, he's always lazy, except when I work out, because I guess he likes sweat, because I'm like, if I never get my stomach down, it's your fault, because when I go down for sit-ups, he's like, oh, it's playtime. I'm like, no, it's not.
He's got to either start working and helping you out, or he just needs to find a new home. He's fired.
He's been fired, but, you know, I keep him around.
You know, they do that. Mine just got a bath. My daughter gave my two a bath, and my oldest one is a prima donna. She actually prances, and she crosses her paws like this whenever she lays down. She's extremely royal. And my daughter went to cut Bella's nails, and Bella screamed like Chloe stabbed her or killed a litter of puppies or something. I mean, this dog is ridiculous. And now she's hiding. She's like traumatized. And I'm going, she got one nail done, girl. Really?
Well, in North Carolina, apparently dog groomers are essential. So he looks great. I'm like, I'm sitting here with a baseball hat on.
Well, you know, we're going to go back to the 90s and have baseball caps. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I don't know if Jean told you, she won my hat.
Did she?
She did. She won the Funky Thinker hat. So I'll have to send you my other one. And that way I'll send you my other one.
I'm going to start selling merchandise.
Yeah.
I could use it because he's also started eating my hats. So there's like a corner of every hat that he's chewed off.
Well, that's just going back to the 90s, girl. It's an old
really
90s
dog.
Stuff. It's beautiful.
So I'm going to start selling fun, feisty, fabulous merchandise.
Well, give me the link and I'll put it on my show.
And we need to talk because I've been doing my show for so long, but I need to build up my audience more.
Okay.
And I need to talk to people that have good audiences about how you do that.
Consistency, 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 and always throw a curveball. So I've been on your show. Jean interviewed me a while ago.
Right.
And it was so much fun. I just love you guys so much. And I know that you have some changes coming up. So I invited you on this little vlog to share with us those changes. And I would definitely schedule a private time to talk to you about shaking things up, because it's perfect. This is a great,
because a lot of people talk to coaches. I've talked to coaches and authors, but going forward, I want to talk to real women who've made real changes.
Oh, that's easy, girl. I got a list for days.
Because, you know, a coach can tell you what you should do, but a woman that's been through it, like I've lost 25 pounds, you've lost 30. We know how we've done that.
Yeah.
You know, and overcome the obstacles that come with it, you know, and that's what I want to talk to, like real women who've made real changes.
Well, and I think we have to be careful with our language, because I'm a coach and an author. The reason why I coach an author is so that I can share my experience,
right,
from the changes that I've had to make throughout life and the adversity that I've gone through. And that's why I do what I do.
Right. And I'm not saying, and you're right, because I'm not saying I don't want coaches and authors, but when they come on, I want them to talk more about, okay, why did you do this? What is your experience? What led you to do this? Because we all have a story. I'm actually a coach too.
I know you are.
Ooh. So, and I don't know. I'm just crazy. I mean, here's the sad thing. Like everybody's on quarantine and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, this is kind of my life.
Awesome.
I'm like, this is sort of how I live. I'm here with a dog. I don't have a significant other. I don't have any kids. Pretty much if I'm not working, I'm at home with the dog watching stupid stuff on TV.
Yeah. I do a lot of writing. I'm on a lot of different venues right now. And because I was an essential worker until I fell sick with pneumonia. So then that stopped my ability to go out, because now I have an underlying condition. And so this opportunity has given me a great time to really recreate what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. And it's not trying to accomplish, I will accomplish it because I'm that way, but reinventing the mission. So coming up with a new mission plan, coming up with new ideas to get that mission plan voiced and accepted throughout the airwaves. And it's been really exciting to kind of look at all the things that I can be doing with my extra time that I really didn't have a lot of time to do before, because I was working 60, 70 hours a week. So for me, I'm just thrilled, because now I'm quiet, you know. I've had to reprogram the constant need to be busy, and it's almost zen-like, taking the time and being able to focus and be more involved rather than on a high level. Now it's a lot deeper. So yeah, you know, and then I'm talking to people all over the world about what they're doing during the pandemic, which just inspires me to continue to do this, because it's been amazing, girl. You know, I interviewed a woman in Spain the other day, and people are literally singing off the balconies to each other and celebrating birthdays and, you know, doing what they can to celebrate life. And it's like, there really is a beautiful side to human nature. You know, turn off the TV and witness what we get to see on our side.
I've been working out every evening, but my Fitbit tells me that I need to be getting 250 steps an hour between 9 and 6.
Yeah.
So what I do, because my house is smack dab in the middle of my block, every hour I go down to one end and walk back. And then I go down to the other end and walk back.
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting how many people that I've stopped and talked to. It's like these people have lived here forever. And, you know, one lady, I'm like, yeah, I knew the people that lived in your house 5 years ago, but I've never talked to her.
Right.
You know, and a guy, you know, bless his heart, he's trapped with his 9-year-old, so he'll come out and smoke. And we've talked and waving at people. I hope that after we go back to life, that this continues, that people remember what has gone on.
That is why I'm doing this little vlog podcast piece, is because I really want to ingrain into people's memories all the beautiful and kind things that people are doing.
Exactly.
I had posted a couple of weeks ago, I posted that I would be willing to send out cards to people. You know, we don't get stuff in the mail that's really cool. It's usually bills or some political crap. So why not a really nice card that's handwritten, even though nobody can read my writing?
My parents have beautiful handwriting. My mother used to teach calligraphy, and she taught my father how to write. And whenever I try to handwrite him something, I write like a third grader who can't effectively express her feelings. And every time he reads something, he's like, what does this say? And I'm like, literally, if I write, because he's like, what? I mean, literally, I'm upset.
Maybe that's not a good idea for you. But I've been doing a lot of letters. So that's been nice.
But I was doing this 30-day program. It's called the Better Life program by Dean. I forget his last name. He's a motivational guy. But one day we had to write 5 letters, and we were supposed to either send them or communicate them. And, you know, I wrote to my father. I did wimp out and write the 5th one to my dog because I just didn't know who else to write to. So, but one of them went to my aunt because my mom died when I was 15. And she sort of kind of stepped in and filled that role. But I don't think until that time I'd ever really told her that. Aww. So I called her and I said, hey, I'm doing this project. I had to write a letter. I wanted to read you yours. I'm like, you had 3 kids. You didn't have to take me on, but you did. And you've taught me so much and helped me grow. And she was like, thank you. And it's things like that that mean a lot.
I teach my students to do 3 letters. One is your future self. One is your grandparents' perspective, like as though you're a grandparent. And one is as if you were a child. And you're in each of your roles, you're talking to yourself, you know, but from that perspective. So writing from the 80-year-old you to the current age and from the child. And it's really a beautiful exercise as to how you can be very humble. And it's kind of neat to consider what your grandkids are going to think about you with all that you've done. And it's a reflective to look at your accomplishments, because I don't think we focus enough on our success. We focus a lot on our negatives, our failures, our sadness. And it's a great exercise if you ever want to do it. It's so much fun, you know?
Well, hello.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back now.
All right, girlfriend. So what is going on with Fun, Feisty, and Fabulous?
What's going on is that I've had time, like a lot of us. We've had time. And I was really thinking about where I wanted to take both the podcast and my growing Facebook group. And with the podcast, I want to focus on real women with what their stories are. Because when people come on, you can come on like an expert, but I want you to come on like a real woman. Because even experts got to where they are based on their personal experience. And I think people relate more to personal experience than they do someone, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, how did you get to that point? You got to that point some way. This became an important issue, whatever issue it is, some way. So let's talk about that. And of course, I'm going to do it in a way that is fun, feisty, and fabulous.
Better.
Because, and I wanted to do a show that focused on women over 40. When I used to live in LA for a couple of years, and I was a screenwriter. And I wrote a screenplay called Pushing Platinum. It's a comedy about a woman that's trying to kill her husband. And
we can talk.
but I called it Pushing Platinum because platinum is your 20-year anniversary. That's your 20th year gift. It should be platinum. And I wanted it to be about two older people. You can't have your 20th anniversary and be 30.
Right.
You have to be kind of over 40. And I wrote that script because it talked about what happens in a lot of relationships. It's one person becomes the alpha. And for that person to be the alpha, the decision maker, the person that does everything, the other person has to take a back seat. And in this relationship, the wife became the alpha. She's the one that's in control. And the husband took the back seat. And he took the back seat to the point where he gets passed over for a promotion. He gets all the crappy assignments at work at his law firm, even though he's a good lawyer. His wife is having an affair on him because he's not the man she married anymore. He's this kind of shadow of himself. So she goes to her aunt, her older aunt that lives with them. And the aunt is very, very to the point. She's like, we don't do divorce in this family. Put this stuff in his coffee for 2 weeks and it'll look like a heart attack.
Oh, jeez.
So she starts to do that. But what she thinks is a side effect is that he starts to grow a backbone. And they have a teenage son who runs all over him. He puts that to the stop. And he starts to grow a backbone. This woman who's getting divorced, he got stuck doing her stupid divorce. She's like, I like this guy. And he's like, whatever. But he also comes to realize that he doesn't really like his wife anymore. But at the same time, she's like, oh, this is the man I married. So she's sort of like falling back in love with him while he's falling out of love with her. So it's crazy. But I did it the way I did it because I wanted two older actors to be able to do it. A lot of times, and this is part of the reason I started Fun, Feisty, Fabulous, there are so many good things about being older.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many wonderful things that happen. If you had kids, now they're older and you're ready to have fun. Mm-hmm. You're now feisty. And feisty takes time for most people. There are some people that are just feisty, but there's, other people, you have to grow into that. I mean, I came up as a people pleaser. And it was one night I did a project for somebody because I've done freelance writing on the side. And it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And it was 2:00 in the morning. And I'm up working on this project that this woman is underpaying me for and that she wanted really quickly. If she wanted it that quickly, I should have charged her more. Mm-hmm. Or I should have made it known what I wanted. But no, Karyn doesn't want to hurt any feelings. Karyn doesn't want to do this, that, or the other. And at 2:00 in the morning, I had an epiphany. I was like, I'm the only one up right now. She's asleep. Mm-hmm. The people at my 9 to 5 are asleep. I'm the only one hurting. And if I don't want to hurt, then I'm going to have to speak up. And that's what I started doing. So now at 51, I don't, I'm like, okay, no, that doesn't work for me.
Well, I think we get a certain bravado. We have experienced enough life where we are now really, I don't give a flying pot or pan. You know, it's no, I don't got time for that anymore. And we center ourselves and the true goddess comes out. The
And it
true,
really does. It
yeah.
really does. I mean, I used to really be bad with guys. Used
Aw.
to really be bad. And then I went out with one guy. We went out about 3 or 4 times. And I was always defensive with him. And I didn't laugh when I was with him.
Aw.
I laugh all the time.
Yeah.
I laugh at home by myself in ways that would make sane people question me. But after the third date, he called me and I said, you know what? This isn't working for me. I said, I'm a lighthearted person. I said, I don't like being defensive, and I certainly don't like the fact that I don't laugh when I'm with you. That's not me. So we can't do this. And that conversation would have never taken place when I was 24.
Isn't it remarkable how we grow and we change and we explore ourselves in such a beautiful way that in the end, all of the stuff that we went through before because of our insecurities, really, you could write books about and share and try to teach other people. I mean, you're not going to regret it. We're too old for that. But it is really nice to walk that timeline and go, wow, look at what I've accomplished. Look at how far I've grown in my life. And I am fun, feisty, and fabulous.
Exactly. And, started thinking about we need to celebrate that. And in my day job, I'm an instructional designer.
What does that mean?
People in my family still don't know. And I've broken it down 8 million ways for them more than once. They have no idea what I do. And basically, most of my adult career, I worked in radio for a few years, but I wanted to do crazy things like get gas for my car and be able to eat at the end of the month. But I ended up in learning and development. And so for the first 10, 12 years, I was pretty much the person that taught your classes. So your new hire training, all that's, your HIPAA training, I did that. And then I went to the other side. I went to the dark side. No, I went to the other side, and basically I'm the person that writes the job aids, the manuals, the e-learnings. And I thought about it, and I actually just wrote, I'm trying to put it up today. I'm running into some issues. A fun, feisty, fabulous course.
That's perfect. And you know what?
About, why do you need to have fun? You need to have fun. There's serious health benefits from laughter and having a good time.
I actually interviewed a friend of mine who is she is a laughing yoga instructor, and now she's teaching a course on laughing meditation. And what she was explaining is that the drugs and alcohol that people use to try to soften up and quiet down stuff actually only is effective to about 4 to 8% of your depression.
Mm-hmm.
When you laugh, it's 24%.
Yeah,
It's huge.
it's huge. It has benefits for pain management, releasing endorphins, decreasing your stress hormones. And it's not just laughter, but it's enjoyment. I mean, enjoy your life. What do you enjoy doing? And are you doing that?
I am very much at the ripe young age of 44 enjoying my life more than I've ever enjoyed it. The intentions are set every single day that I am going to grow, heal, be of service to others, and be as mischievous as possible. I love some good mischief and mayhem.
I'm all about mischief and mayhem. At my last job, somebody found a little toy microphone. And every time I needed to talk to someone, I was like, okay, so how do you feel about that? All right, so what are we doing next? And basically, they hid it from me. They're like, stop doing that. But I was like, so how do you feel about that? I was taking it to meetings and saying, okay, I think John has something to say. John, what are your feelings about this? And sticking the mic in his face. But as you get older, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be an adult because I wanted to stay up late. I wanted to watch soap on TV without having to to hide and do it off, try to sneak into it. But I didn't want to be a grown up because I didn't feel that they had fun. I thought being a grown up meant you had to be serious, and I didn't want to be serious.
Well, and I grew up in the South where by the time you were 27, you've already had all your kids. You're probably on your second marriage, 27 now. And you have a house coat. You remember those really yucky polyester house coats the mamas used to always wear whenever, and you had your TV dinner tray, and As the World Turns, Dallas, bonbons, something cooking on the oven. And that was your life at the age of 27. No. And I think our generation just said, oh hell no. No. And Cyndi Lauper was the first one to really enhance us, right?
She's in my course.
Is she?
She's in my course because there's a clip from her video for Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Because, you need to have fun. You need to, I grew up and I was still goofy and I thought there's something wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with everyone else that has to be so serious all the time. Life isn't that serious unless we make it. And then half the time we put that on ourselves.
Well, I think we grow into this beautiful place where we're picking our nose and we're catching frogs and we're pretending castles and oh, my prince is going to come and get me, and we play dress up and all of this stuff, and then all of a sudden 7-year-olds happen. We become 7, and now we're getting serious about life, and education, and we have to figure out what we're going to be when we grow up. And then our teenage years happen, and the aliens just take everything that's good of you, pull it out, and leave the rest until you're about 25, because you're just evil.
And some of it never comes back for some people. It never comes back. And that's really sad to me, because when you get older and you've done everything that you should do, now you're at a point where you can do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And hopefully there's something that you want to do, because this is the only chance we get. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. And so we need to make the most of it. And one of the things in my course, because I have a course and then I did a job aid, because I'm not at my job, but apparently I still need to do my job.
Yeah.
So I did like a handout, okay, on what do you need to do to have more fun? What do you have to do to own your feisty? What do you have to do to celebrate your fabulous? And one of the things that I ask is, what choices have you made that make you you? And we need to own that. Like I said earlier, I'm not married. I'm 51. And I never thought I would be 51. No kids, not married, crazy ass dog. That's pretty much all I have. Crazy ass dog.
Well, you got
But
me. Come on, you got Jean. Stop it,
I mean,
girl.
I have friends and stuff, but I had to accept, my life is my life. I mean, and it's this way for a reason. I could have gotten married, but if I did, I'd be miserable
Oh, girl, tell me. 17
because
years. I know.
I would have married someone just to be married, not because they're the person that I need to be married to,
Yeah.
and I've had to accept that because, like, you grew up in the South, you're supposed to have all this stuff by being your house coat by the time you're 27.
Yeah.
I grew up and there were pretty much two tracks that everyone in my family took. You either became a nurse or you became a teacher. I don't like nursing. There's nothing about nursing that appeals to me. I don't like science. I don't like math. I don't like blood. I don't like those shoes. I don't like anything about it. Now, God bless the people that do, because clearly we need them. But you don't need me to do that. My father was a principal. I spent 1 year as a substitute teacher, and I swear this could be why I don't have kids. I, I mean, every night I went home questioning myself, what did I do? Was I ever this bad? I actually told a group of high schoolers, um, I'm not taking attendance. So if you don't come, I don't know.
And sometimes that's the best approach because they can be a little. I was a para-educator. I substitute taught. High school is probably the most obnoxious. I didn't mind elementary. I did not mind middle school. But
Middle school, they don't know about cutting class. They all
oh, they
show
do
up.
now, girl. Now.
Do they? Because then I'm like, why are you here? I'm not taking attendance. If you're not here, it's a win-win. I don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with me. And
Well,
I'm like, I can't be a teacher. I can't do it. It's just not me.
well, and I think where you're coming, the show's almost over, so I want to kind of wrap up. But where you're coming from or going to is teaching, but you're teaching individuals that want to be taught.
No, I'm
And
not.
that I
No,
want to
I'm
be
not.
taught. Yeah, you are. Don't
I
even
mean,
argue with me.
I am now, but in my day job,
No. I'm talking about now. Wait, fun,
okay.
fabulous. That's your day job just helps you pay the bills for the moment. But I have ideas for you. And I'm wondering, and I just want you to chew on it, okay? What about a fun, feisty virtual conference where you have fabulous women like me and many others for a weekend conference and teaching, coaching, mentoring, sharing stories, but as a way that you would get revenue on top of increasing fun, feisty, fabulous. Just throwing
Yeah,
that out
because
there.
mama needs some revenue. And
Oh,
I thought during this time, because I'm also, a woman of faith, so I prayed about it, and I'm like, God, I kind of think you're directing me in another way to get away from my day job. And I'm like, how is that working? What am I supposed to do? And during like the last week, I've had a lot of ideas. I'm like, oh, so this is what I need to do. Even this conversation is leading me to where I need to be, and I just want people at the end of the day to enjoy their lives. Don't go through life just thinking about what you have to do, what you need to do, what you should have done, because when it's over, it's over. We don't know. I just read a post from someone today. Her husband dropped dead. He was 56. That's not much older than me, and we're not guaranteed anything.
We're not guaranteed anything other than what we can do right at this moment. And that's a very hard concept for most people to wrap their heads around, because we're so used to living in a fast food, fast paced, busy, 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 meeting society, that we've wired our brain to believe that we have tomorrow, and that's not guaranteed. And it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what income you have, where you live. The reality is, I could fall into a sinkhole in 30 seconds. You can get hit by a bus, a meteorite could come, it could happen. But not to obsess over the fatality of things. It's really to embrace and enjoy and be of service with the positive part
Right.
of who you are and your life, and to let go of the egocentric ideology that you're a failure, or you're too fat, or you're not good enough, because that's not even relevant. I personally believe I'm going to reincarnate as a beautiful elephant. Um, I just want to be a dog.
I kind of want to reincarnate as my dog.
You want to lick your butt all day?
No, all he does, he sleeps on my bed. I take him off the bed. He doesn't even jump anymore. I go and I put him on the floor. And you know what he does? He goes to his other bed. He goes to his bed on the floor, and I let him out. He gets pampered. He eats really good food. Then he eats my food. Then at night he gets a treat of more good food. And then I pick him up again and put him on the other bed. This dog is living the life.
Yeah, mine are living the life too, but I usually wake up to them slurping because they're licking their butt. And that's where that whole karmic thing crosses. I don't think I want to do that all day.
Yeah, he doesn't really do that a
Yeah.
lot. He just sleeps. And I'm like, this is your life. You go from one bed to the next.
Yeah, he does definitely sound rather pampered.
And don't let it rain outside. Dear God, he won't go outside when it rains.
All right, my Karyn, I want to continue our conversation, but the recording's got to end
Okay.
for Fun, Feisty, Fabulous to go on YouTube. Where do we find more information about you?
You can go to my website, Fun Feisty Fab, because fabulous was too long. Funfeistyfab.com, and you can also go to Fun Feisty Fab on Facebook and meet other fantastic women like Rustie.
All right, my friends. So don't go anywhere. I will dial back in for you, but I want to wrap this up so that I can post this. I absolutely love you. I love Jean. You guys are fantastic, and I want to watch this explode. And I think between our brains, we can make that happen. And I really do think you should consider a virtual conference right now. I mean,
I should. I'm doing a virtual happy hour next week.
yeah, I saw that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, bring your drink.
Drink it up.
You're not drinking on me.
That's right. I'm not paying the bill. Just watch the cops around the corner over by the bathroom in the kitchen.
Yeah, Jake will entertain them.
All right, my friend, you're watching Living and Thriving with Rustie. That was Karyn with a Y. Don't say Karyn, Karen, because she will slap you. It's Karyn with a Y from Fun, Feisty, Fabulous. Go check her out. She is doing a wonderful thing. I want to watch it grow. I want to help her as much as I can. And you guys, by watching this, share so that other women over 40 can be fun, feisty, fabulous. And when we get this conference going, and maybe even we'll co-author a book together, I have a feeling that this is going to be a very big thing. And I got to send her out my Funky Thinkers hat so her and Jean can come on both with their new caps. Anyway, know that you're loved, know that you're beautiful, and make sure you go and do something kind for somebody. Write a letter, or maybe not. Sing a song, dance naked. I don't care. Have fun.
But if you're me, don't dance naked, because then people might be scared.
That's okay. Nobody's robbing houses now. Enjoy life. You never know what, hey, might be your new husband. You never know.
That's something to think about.
Something to think about. Know that you're loved, know that you're beautiful, and I will see you next time here at Living and Thriving with Rustie. Bye.